If you're like me, you're always looking for fun and interesting weekend projects. Here's a little project that I think you'll like. Creating a solar hurricane lantern out of a cheap kerosene lantern and a solar yard light. I wanted to put some solar lights in the yard, but I really didn't like the looks of the cheap lights at the local hardware store. So I found these inexpensive kerosene lanterns for about $4.25 delivered. I think for the money they look nice and they'll add to our garden motif. I then set about figuring out a way to turn them into solar lamps. The solution I came up with is fun, easy, and very durable. To do this project, the first thing you'll need is a cutting tool. I used a Dremel with a cutting disc. Before you start cutting, take the lantern apart. With a little tinkering, you'll figure out how to take the glass and the wick parts out of the lantern. Next, cut the top off the lantern with the Dremel. Now, take the garden light and remove the cap. Then cut the globe piece into 3 parts with your Dremel. You want to cut the yard light so that the top part, the cap bracket, fits over the lantern snugly. Glue this portion onto the top of the lantern with a construction adhesive or epoxy. Next, we need to get the cap ready for painting. Simply take the solar cap, color the solar portion with masking tape, and take a utility razor and trim the tape so that it only covers the solar portion. Then get some spray paint that matches your lantern and paint the cap and the globe portion of the lantern. The last part's easy. You'll notice that a shiny little globe in the bottom of the yard light. You're going to cut the plastic away from this part so that only the shiny round part remains. Next, take the wick bracket and cut it open so that the stem of the globe portion, the little shiny part, fits snugly. Once your paint is dry, just put the lantern back together. It's that easy. What you'll find is that the shiny globe thing will reflect the light from the cap so that the lantern looks like it has a flame. The effect is really remarkable. And I've seen some solar lamps on the market, but all seem to be plastic and not nearly as neat as these. You'll pay about $5 for the yard light and about $4.25 for the lantern delivered. After paint and glue, you should be into the light for about $10. They look great in the yard and they make great gifts as well. Have fun.